watching SKST Radio.
Well, welcome to SKST Radio, another episode of Real Talk with your friends, Tammy, Grayson, and the Dream Team. We have Miss Aisha up there and Miss down there, and one of our new friends, Mr. Peter Fleming, right there. Hey, welcome. Everyone. We have a juicy topic today. Men being single in a COVID world. What are your expectations? What are you doing? How are y'all making it happen? And why I'm still single? That's your questions.
Oh, that's the question.
That was a question. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're gonna start off. You guys telling us a little bit about yourself. Foster, you are a team member, but please let people know who you are and what you're doing and why you're single.
Okay, so the question of why I'm single, that's sort of subjective. We do have a little bit of feedback. Feedback. Yeah, I heard a little bit of feedback, but it's fine. We're gonna go on with that.
Okay.
I'm 49 years old. I'm an account manager with a local security company. I'm looking for a woman who has her own, all right, has as equal as I have, but it just should be able to match what I have. And in some cases, that doesn't happen often. But we got somebody else. Okay. I don't know. I keep hearing that. Everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I don't know why I'm still single, but hey, I have a little bit to offer, but I just want someone that can actually match what I have.
Hold up, I'm on the talk show right now.
How you doing, brother?
Can you hear us?
Welcome,
Yeah.
KB.
How y'all doing?
Welcome.
Hello.
Good. How are you doing, KB?
I'm good. I'm blessed. How y'all doing?
Good.
Okay, doing okay.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay, so the topic, I guess Aisha could start with the questions, but we're going to talk to Peter and find out where he's from and why he's single.
I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan, first and foremost. Not from Vegas. I've been out here for a while. I'm 51 years old. So my reason for being single at this point, I just really haven't found the right woman. Just my expectations is the same as my man here. You just want something that's of equal, because a lot of times, you get in situations that you think is right and it's all wrong. So my daddy always told me everything that glitter ain't gold. So, in this world that we living in today, society and women, they changed. Everything is, if you ain't got this, then you ain't got this. You out of there with it. So, I'm just looking for a woman, like my man said, the same, as equal as I am. Somebody that has some type of intelligence and got their own.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay, Mr. KB, tell us who you are, where you're from, and why you're single.
My name is Kafka Ben. I'm from New Orleans originally. I'm single because that's the hand I'm dealt with right now. I don't like being single, but that's the hand I'm dealt with. But I like smart women, a woman who take initiative, Don't just wait for me to throw something out there and then they get on it,
Right.
If we together and something need to be paid or we need to do something, take initiative. it's simple, you know. But that's about it, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds like we
I
all three
don't,
have
a-
the same
I don't ask
perspective.
for much. I don't ask for much, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what are some of your biggest challenges with like dating? Just starting off, before you're really digging in deep to know the person. What are some of the things that you seem to be hitting a brick wall on?
Foster, you first.
Who you want? Okay, me first. Okay, the brick wall. Again, it's that expectation that you're supposed to do everything. You're supposed to set up the date. You're supposed to do it all. And I don't mind. I have a few tricks up my sleeve, but sometimes I want to sit back and see what you can do. And not just in the bedroom, but I'm like, there's other things out there that you can sort of catch my attention on. you know Surprise me one day, hey, say come meet me somewhere. You don't necessarily have to pick up the tab, but don't sit there waiting for me to pick up the tab. You guys know what I'm talking about. You've seen it over and over again. They sort of
Oh yeah,
sit like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So,
but
Oh
I
I'm
yeah.
need
not
to
here
go
to
powder my
bash anyone
nose.
either. I'm not
I'll
here to
be
bash
back.
you. I'm not here to bash anyone, but it does happen, and it's sort of nice when a woman says, "Oh, I got it," and I say, "Oh, no, 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 I got it." But it's just nice to get that off.
You get that look, man. You get that look when the tab is there. They look at the tab, they look at you, they look at the tab, they look
Oh
at,
yeah,
you know what I'm
oh
saying?
yeah, Mhm. Yeah,
what
I'd
about
be
you?
surprised, me.
right.
So, what
So
about you, KB? What are some of the biggest challenges with you in dating? You know,
I think you there, KB?
it might be frozen.
oh, there it is.
Someone who, someone who's, we got to be on the same page. First of
Mm,
all, we got to be on the same page. You know, I don't never shortchange myself because everybody want to be with somebody who's nice looking. But I told myself I'd rather be with somebody who they don't have all that appearance, but they about business, than being with somebody that's glamorous and they got a brain of a peanut. You know, so really, that's the kick I'm on. You know, that's
mhm.
the kick I'm on. That'd be my deal breaker because I get turned away fast. You know, I get turned away fast. With a woman, I get turned away fast. You know,
Mm.
I don't like women who smoke neither. You know,
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like women who smoke. You
Uh,
know?
So we're gonna get back into that one. Peter, what about you?
My thing is the conversation first and foremost,
Mhm.
because you can get in these situations with women that just don't have that right conversation, or they bringing something up that's just meaningless to the whole date or relationship. So I'm like my man KB, it's like in this day and age, man, a lot of us men, we look at what the woman has on the outside instead of what they have on the inside, and
Mhm.
we get blinded by that, and then we get into these relationships, and then we find out down the road that this was all the wrong woman, that I shouldn't even be with this woman. So I'm with him. It's like I would rather be with somebody that has sense, has a good conversation, great personality than the brain the size of a peanut. He's absolutely right about that.
Mhm.
We got Laura
Thank
on,
you,
and she
brother.
said, "So true, Peter." Laura said, "So true."
Mhm.
I feel
All
like
right, go ahead.
I feel like it's interesting that you all are saying the same thing, and I feel like there are women out there, and correct me if I'm wrong, if y'all women listening in, chime in, but I feel like women, we share the same sentiments.
Mhm.
There are so many intelligent, intellectual women who get bypassed just because this one is prettier, you know,
Yeah.
but beauty is subjective. And I feel like sometimes, you know, you might see this outer appearance, but you won't get to know me in depth because you stop right there. You know, and that is one of my biggest challenges in dating. You know, people assume just because you're pretty, you got a bird brain. And that's not always the case. You know,
Hey, I want to comment on that. Majority of them like that. You know, I run across them every day, and I'm single, as you know, as I mentioned, but I'm not gonna stop looking at a nice woman. You know, but you're absolutely right.
You know
You're
what?
absolutely right.
I feel that sometimes women sometimes dumb themselves down, you know, because of that expectation. Some of us as men sort of steer away from that intelligent woman because some of us are intimidated by them. Some of us
Right.
are
Yeah,
intimidated by them, or someone who makes
yeah.
a little bit more, or you feel that you can't live up to the expectation of that woman. So you're sort
Right.
of, you know, you'll
I
make
froze. Did
excuses
everybody
for
freeze?
it. Yeah. No, I'm
You're right.
I see everyone.
You're right about that. You know, you feel like sometimes you don't meet their standards. You know, because
Right.
you're like, she want me, I'm with her. What she want to do now? You know, that
Mhm.
type of thing. But you know, it is a factor that, like Aisha said, that you know there is a lot of intelligent women out there that
Mhm.
are looking for intelligent brothers like us three here. We just, you know, it's just a fact of what today's women, what they are, you know, because I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all I see is women with skirts halfway up here, boobs hanging out here, you know.
Mhm.
It's just it's a crazy fiasco. I even had a situation to where I was in the grocery store. A woman came up to me, you know, she started talking a conversation, and the first thing she said to me is, "You want to get married?" I don't even know you. I don't know you. I don't even know who you are, what you about. Nothing. She like, oh, you know, you a good looking man. Yeah, I'm looking for a husband. You want to get married? What's your name? You
She
know?
desperate. She
Yeah,
desperate.
man. And
Sometimes
it's like
It's that biological clock.
that's
You
a
never
huge
know.
turnoff,
You
man.
never know.
That's
So
a
I got
huge
Laura.
turnoff.
Laura's on. She's on Facebook and she's listening to the show or viewing the show, and she said personality and wants on inside, not out. Appearance, the heart.
Mm. Okay.
so I feel like, and this is just my opinion, and I just want all of you to just comment because I don't know everything. I can only view from my expectations and my experiences. But I feel like on some level, and this is from me and how I feel, and then from what I've experienced from men, on some level, men are visual creatures, and so are women to a degree. I don't, I'm not gonna ever feel like there can't be an initial attraction. You know, you can't just see somebody's brain outside of their head, you know, and just say, oh, I'm attracted to his intellect. You know, first, before he even opens his mouth, you have to look at the person. So there has to be an initial attraction. But I guess my thing is, if you've ever gotten past the initial attraction, have you ever felt intimidated by a person, and once they've opened their mouth and you feel that they're intelligent, that you just didn't say anything? And why?
Nah, not me, because I embrace challenges. You know,
Okay.
I embrace challenges. So, and I live by this code. A man is dominant over a woman. Not saying that arrogant or demanding, but you know that's how it is. You get the right woman, she gonna follow you. You know, if you're doing what you're supposed to do. You know.
Laura said communication is important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's actually the
Absolutely.
number one thing is communication. Because I've been in relationships where there's absolutely no communication, and it just make you feel shallow as a man when you try to communicate with that individual and they just block you out. So it makes you, as a man, it makes you feel shallow, like like heart being stepped on all the time. So communication is actually one of the biggest things in a relationship, because if I'm having an issue with you or you having an issue with me, I would rather for us to sit down and talk about it. It may be something challenging and we can hash it out and we can go on loving each other, instead of one person putting it out there. Hey, this is what's going on, and I want to tell, and the other person, I ain't got time, just take off, walk away. Yeah.
They walk away.
Right.
Laura
They're
said,
not used to pressure.
yes.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so this question is, we kind of touched on it, but let's get into it in detail. What are your standards in today's society, in our COVID society? What are your standards?
That's a good question.
My
Well,
standards,
go ahead.
my
brother.
standards is, it depends on what you mean by your standards.
Your standards, what would you not settle for? What are your standards in order to be the woman for you? What are your standards? You can't have someone that's not intelligent. So what else? Elaborate. What are your standards?
You already
What
said
are
you don't like
looking for?
smokers, right?
I'm gonna pass on that one for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Come back to me. Come back to me. Come back to me.
I'm gonna take this because
Come back to me.
what you don't realize
Get it all
is
together.
you already kind of started with the fact you said you don't like cigarette smokers, right? I don't like cigarette smokers either. That's a pet peeve of mine. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's one of my no-nos.
Yeah.
Care about yourself. Care about your appearance. I put myself together, so I want someone to equal me, as far as that's concerned, and not all the time, but I mean just put some effort into your appearance. Let's see. What is it? My goodness. I don't know why you go on. You go in blank when you get on these things. Let's see. Appearance. I don't want to be superficial, but again, it's sort of bringing up some of the things that already have been discussed. Being able to hold a decent conversation. I don't know. Just financially. Being financially ready. Don't always have your hand out. And I keep bringing that up, but that is a big factor.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Pretty much summed it up, brother.
That goes both ways. I've dated women that have made more money than me and have picked up the tab too much. And I sometimes feel, she may have taken me a couple of places that I could not afford at all. And yeah, I'm that man that will admit that, but it's it's a lot of factors that actually come into play. Don't always try to. Let's say you do run into a situation where a woman is a little bit more intelligent than you are. It happens sometimes. Don't try to intimidate me, because I am going to take that challenge. But don't try to intimidate me constantly. You're going to lose me very fast.
Right.
You're going to lose me very fast. I'm attracted to very intelligent women. But again, don't use that against me, because I can hold my own. I can hold my own.
Okay. Laura said, why does she have to be intelligent? Some may not be.
And okay with that, sometimes it depends on the woman. It depends on the person.
Right.
I've run into women that didn't have that much to say. And it was challenging because she may have been a little, again, that superficial thing. She may be beautiful, but she may not have very much going on. That's kind of hard because, how can you hold a decent conversation? How can you hold a decent conversation if you can't hold that? I don't know. I'm just not attracted to dumb women. I just And some women are not attracted
Yeah.
to dumb men. You know, so it goes both ways. It's just what you got there.
My book.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it depends.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. You actually summed it up for the brothers, man. So thank you for that. You know, you summed it up for all of us. You know, and it's a thing. Like, you know, my thing is I don't like childish women. You know, I don't like women that, because a lot of women. I mean, you could feel yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. I'm this. But when you start having that attitude that I'm greater than you, and this person, that person, and you start showing it, that's a big turn off to me. Because I've ran into situations where the attitude was just so bad. You know, it's like, whew, I can't. No, we can't go no farther. Hello, yeah, it was nice meeting you. Have a good one. Boom. You know, that's what it is. So he summed it up for all of us as men. You know, my thing is there's a lot of women that are very intelligent, and there's a lot of women that are not. Same goes for men. But, you know, just because, you know, some women don't have that high intellect doesn't mean that they wouldn't be a good catch. You know, it's just the fact that, I don't know, us as men, it's just, we know what we want just as much as women. And when I say men, I mean real men, because there's a lot of us out there that just don't care. Oh, that girl got a big booty. Yeah, I want that. Or she got, oh, I want that. But, you know, some of us as real men, we look at a long-term goal with somebody. You know, is this going to be the person for me long term? So that's how I feel about the situation with a woman.
Okay, Peter. So Laura had some questions for you. Hold on one second, KB. Laura said some women and men are shy, and it takes to start the topic. And then she did agree with the last thing that you said. She said that was true.
Is that so? She was directing that towards me?
Yes.
Okay. What was it again about? She said shy.
Some women and men are shy, and it takes that to start the topic.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, there was points in my life where I was kind of shy. I didn't know what to say. You know, you got this beautiful woman looking at you, and you kind of with the Bambi eyes and don't know what to do. But yeah, I agree with that. I do agree with that. Like I said, it does. And like I said, there's women with high intellect, and there's women with none at all. But it doesn't mean that person might not be the right person for you. You know, it could be one of those relationships that you get with, and it just, you know, you just learn from each other and grow and grow and grow and grow. So
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, KB, what did you have to say?
I ain't never been scared of no woman, you know. Like I told you, like I told you before. Now, I have stood back and analyzed it, and then I made my move. But I ain't never been scared, you know. I was born ready, you know. I was born ready. I'm like this. Long as she show me consistency and she want to be with me, then we go roll, you know. We go roll. You know, we go roll. Simple as that. You know. Till she get tired of me or I get tired of her. You know.
Okay.
But if the bond is thick, we gonna be together. You know. Don't tell me you won't be with me and don't show me, because I'm always show it. My thing now, if I meet a girl who I want to be with, and I ain't never did this in my life, but something told me I need to switch it up. The first day I go to meet them, I bring them flowers. A couple of them, I blew their mind, you know. I blew their mind with that one, you know. It just something I wanted to switch up, you know. I wanted to switch up and see how. I had a couple of them who wasn't used to that, so they didn't embrace it, you know. They didn't embrace it. but I had a Pacific one. I guess she experienced it and she embraced it, but it didn't work out, you know.
Mm.
But I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as going through life,
Yeah,
experiencing life changes, you know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
experiencing new things,
What it
you
Hmm.
is.
know,
Yeah.
What
because you
works for one
always
is not going
supposed
to
to
work
be
for the
nice to a woman, you know,
other.
whether she for you or not. You still got to be nice to her because you got a mother, you got sisters, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that
Respect.
gets
Absolutely.
me into you kind of touched on it a little bit with the flowers. What would your ideal date be? What is your dream date? You know, what do you imagine when you take a woman out on a date? Are you,
Mm.
you know, simple? Well, let me just go through the motions, or let me plan something really nice. It doesn't
Mhm.
depend on the woman. Maybe it's
I
different.
expect I expect the hell date.
Elaborate on that. Elaborate on that one.
I expect nah, I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around. Nah, just enjoy each other company, you know? Enjoy each other company,
Mhm.
break the ice, see if we compatible. If we not compatible, if you still want to be friends, we could be friends because I consider myself a person for all seasons, a man for all seasons. You
Hmm.
know,
That's
if
good.
I'm not the man for you, you could call on me. I'm that type of brother. You could call on me. You know, you could call on me. You know, yeah. So that's about it.
Mm.
Foster.
You know what? You got to meet people where they are. Not everyone is wants to be wined and dined. Not everyone wants to be dazzled. And we always approach it in that sense. I don't try to impress people. I don't. Um, I'm just truly myself. I say, oh, how about a cup of coffee?
Right.
Let's take a quick walk. It's I just want to spend some time with you. A lot of people don't realize from the very beginning, from that first hello to that first conversation, you're already dating. You're already pulling them in,
Hmm.
or not. Most people know within moments if you're the right guy for them. So I mean, I'm always ready to say what I'm looking for. Be honest about it.
Yeah.
That's all. Just be honest from the beginning. Hey, can I have a conversation with you? Can we go for a walk? Do you have a Facebook? Not everyone's willing to give out their number right away. So it gets hard. Or can you meet me down the street in maybe 45 minutes? Sometimes you just gotta seize the moment. Seize the moment. Seize
Right.
them. So it's no such thing as a perfect date because you never know what that woman is looking for. So I
Well, the
mean,
lady told Peter that she was ready to get married. He didn't see it that
that's
way.
what it
Oh,
is. I mean, hey,
He was
you
trying
want
to
to
go
meet me at the
the
Justice of the
date was
Peace?
wife.
You know,
Run as fast as you can. Yeah.
yeah, Essex stage right.
Yeah. Real. Yeah. Yeah. You can't believe how incredibly fast I ran out of that dang on grocery store.
Oh, I can
It's
imagine.
like, yeah, no, no, no,
Probably
no, no.
started a new grocery store too. Probably went to a total different one from after that.
I mean,
I mean,
guys, how you feel about aggressive women? Just some women are extremely aggressive these days, but I think it's because they're so tired of waiting on us.
right.
You know?
I would agree with you,
I would
Foster,
agree
on
too.
yeah,
that. I feel
Right.
like
yeah, yeah.
what men are experiencing with women is because we have not been allowed to be in a space of softness.
Mm,
We're dwelling in our masculine energy because we have our defenses up. And when
Hmm.
you've been hurt and you've been harmed so many times, that's
Hmm.
like telling somebody, oh, well, you've gone to war, but
mm,
you can't have PTSD. It doesn't work
mm,
that way. You know,
Yeah.
when your defense is up and you've gone through the motions multiple times, you're going to have that now experience of dwelling in that masculine energy. And it doesn't allow us a safe space to be soft, to be who we truly are as women. And so then it goes back. So it circles right back to men. And so then when you find the man who wants that to draw that out of you, she doesn't know how now. And I think that's where patience and understanding comes with it. Now, I'm not saying tolerance. I'm saying we're not saying that. We're saying if you have two people willing to work with each other. And that's kind of why I wanted to have this conversation, because these are things that people don't talk about, you know?
That's true. That's true.
Now, if she's scarred already, you wasting your time. If she done been through the wire and she's scarred, a man wasting his time. You know?
I disagree with that. I would
disagree
with that.
No?
We all are scarred to some degree. And if you have a person who's willing to work on themselves, is what I'm saying. That's why I said tolerance is one thing. That means a person who's unwilling to work on themselves. But if you're willing to go and have a level of growth and have a level of self-examination, that means you can be taught and you can learn and you can heal. That's the thing. It's very different.
It's gonna be a hard road to climb. It's gonna be a hard road to climb.
Very tumultuous. It can get very tumultuous.
Yeah, but what's easy?
Things like that. It can.
But what's easy?
Yeah.
Life is hard. And if
Life
you
is
want
hard.
something, is it not worth going after? Is it not worth working for?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
If this lady is everything that you're wanting, but she's scarred because she has been the person that you wanted all this time to other people, now she's scarred. So, Foster, what you tell me all the time?
But
I have to pray about that. I have to pray about that.
But there's sometimes, you know, I get it, you know, when a woman is emotionally scarred and they can, you know, progress and get better. But I've had situations myself to where I've been in a relationship with a very emotionally scarred woman, and the more that I tried to communicate and help, the further she got away. The more that I tried to show her how much I loved her and cared and I wanted to be there for her, it just never happened, you know. So I do agree on both sides, you know.
Yeah. Well, you have to know where to, you know, how much are you going to be there for? You know, how long you have to prioritize somewhere.
That's true, Cam. Some women are so caught up in their issues or their situations that they don't even recognize when you're trying to approach them from a different angle. And that's what we've run into as men, approaching those situations. And you start to get tired. You come this way, you bring the flowers, like you said, brother. You hey, can I meet you down the street? Why you want to meet me down the street? What you trying to do? Why you want to come? Why can't you don't have a car? What?
You're right. You're right.
It's like sometimes women are they're so tired of everything that they've dealt with. They're just not prepared or ready for you. You know, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm gonna do what I can, and sometimes I can be Mr. Fix It, but you know, it gets a little complicated.
I look at it like right, and I analyze it as this: it's easier to knock down a brick wall with a sledgehammer than it is to pick it with an ice pick. You continue to pick it with an ice pick, you ain't gonna get through at all. It's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. But with that sledgehammer, you're gonna break right through it, and that's what it is with with women that are scarred. You know, like I said, some situations you can get through to them, and you can actually grow as a unit, as togetherness. Right. Some you just can't because they're just so emotionally scarred. It doesn't matter what you say to them. You know, I love you. I'm doing this for you. I'm here for you. We can talk. It's just this. It's just that.
But we're saying women because of the topic is for men, but it's both ways, guys.
It does go both ways. Absolutely, it does. It goes both ways. I mean, as us as men, like I've been in relationships to where you know, that I just totally just messed the whole thing up because of my ways as a man. Like, oh no, I'm trying to tiptoe in this. Nah, It just, you're right. It does go both ways as man and woman.
That's true.
So during this era of COVID, what are your expectations now in dating and getting out to meet women? You know, you single guys, how are you actually meeting women now during COVID?
You know what? You see what this is right here? What we're doing right now? I've dated like this.
The internet.
I truly have. Like, this is too. Hey, and how about this, guys? You know, I'm not trying to change the subject, but talking about COVID. Oh, how many of us have approached a woman that had that mask on? You know, had that mask on, and you're like, these beautiful eyes. Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
like they have it together, and that veil comes down, and it's not what you expected.
Y'all are wrong for that one.
Not what you expected. Like what? Like,
y'all are wrong for that one.
I'm sorry. I thought you was somebody else.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to try to date with this. With this COVID-19. I mean, it's like your whole life just changed. You spent a year sitting in your home talking to people over Facebook Live and all that old crazy stuff. But then you actually get back out there. It's like the whole scene has changed, and it's exactly what he said. You know, you trying to talk to a woman with a mask on her face. Yeah, you don't know what to expect. You know,
I've literally prepared a meal. You know, Cammie knows. Aisha knows. I put sometimes on live. I tape it and all, and I've actually had women to approach me. Let's cook a meal together, and then enjoy it together.
Right.
I'm doing what you're doing, and we can sort of talk back and forth.
Right.
So you have to look at things from a different perspective now. And even when you meet that young lady out, and what I find myself doing is, did you wash your hands? Did you
right?
You know, watch for all those little things. Like I even look at how dirty the mask is. Like. but then
that's true though.
Give women a little bit more leeway with it because they wear makeup. So I mean, but I look at those small things, you know. Hey, even if they ask me, have you washed your hands yet? You know, you have to be careful. You have to be careful.
Most definitely.
It's just a whole different time now, and it's like. Everything that you said is absolutely correct, because you just don't know. You know, the dating season for myself has been on an all-time low because of the COVID-19 thing, and I mean, you just don't know. You know, like everything has changed between not only females but with males as well. You know, some of us are more cautious when we get out there to actually try to talk to a woman. You know, and now you even have situations where you might even try to approach a woman and she's like, spraying stuff, you're disinfecting. You think you might have COVID. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. And then if you try to go do that online dating crazy stuff, you might run into a catfish. You know, you might think that you got this beautiful, intelligent woman, and on the other side, she looking like Geraldine or somebody. You know, so yeah. So it's just, I mean, it's tough for us as men and women to be out here dating at this point in time.
It is.
My approach is I play it how it go, you know.
I know that's right.
Play it how it go, you know.
How it goes.
If I get lucky, I get lucky. Yeah. If it's not meant for me, oh well, you know, I keep going.
Play the numbers.
I like your spirit.
Huh?
I like your
play it how it go, you know.
Yeah.
Play it how it go.
I'm gonna take this show on the road.
Okay. Let's see. Do you know what you want in a woman? Exactly. What do you really want in a woman? We already know what you don't want in a woman. What do you want in a woman?
I want consistency. I want consistency. That's how I'm gonna sum it up. Consistency. You know, that's how I know what I got. If she show me consistency, I gotta push everything that don't make sense to the side,
Right. Right.
and focus on her, you know. That's it. Consistency. That's what everybody want. Male, woman, you know. Because one thing about the dating scene now, don't nobody want to be committed. Don't nobody want to be real, you know. On
Yeah.
both sides. Don't nobody want to be real. Don't nobody want to be committed. Everybody want to pick and choose, you know. Everybody wants somebody who balling, you know. Don't nobody want nobody who balling on the budget, you know. They just want, you know, they want, you know, they want the female that's the life of the party, you know. That
Mhm.
the female want the man who's driving the nice car,
Sure.
got the 7-figure job or so,
Mhm.
you know, got a name in the street, you know. That's how
Mhm.
it go.
True that.
Good
That's all what sums
reputation.
it up, you know.
Foster,
That is
what you say?
true.
Good reputation. You know, you get good feedback from people. Yeah, all of that, everything that he said. Yeah,
What about
Yeah.
you, Peter?
I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing with KB. You know, it is just that. You know, um, I, I do truly believe that there is always somebody for everybody. You know, and it's just the thing of where is that person, and I mean, you're going to go through the motions of having different women coming in your life and whatever, whatnot. But exactly what he said, it makes a whole lot of sense. This day and age, it makes a whole lot of sense.
Right. So let me ask this question then. Do you know who you really are? The question is, do you know who you really are? So I know who I think I am. I know who I want to appear to be, but do I know who the person is that I'm asking to date me? So do you know who you really are?
I know who I am. My years are growing as an individual. I seen a lot. I experienced a lot. Um, I've grown a lot. Some things I wish I could regret that I did, you know, that I regret that I did. Some things that I did, I'm not ashamed of it, you know, but I wish I could have did it better. So basically, you know, yeah, I know who I am, you know, I know who I am.
So
I still got respect, you know, and I can tell I still got respect, you know. You know, from people who've known me because I always been a leader. I never been a follower, you know. So I know who I am, you know.
okay,
That's it.
Ron.
yes. You know what? As you can see, I'm a very busy man. I don't have a whole lot of time for foolishness. Um, once I'm a man on the go, basically. You see how I'm taking this
He's
role for the
driving.
day?
I'm a man on the
That's
go.
exactly who I am.
Literally on
Always
the go.
am. So I need someone who's willing to be ready to go at a moment's notice. We're ready to change up things. If I can't make an appointment, be a little bit understanding. You know, if I'm just busy. It's my work. It's what I do. It's my lifestyle basically. So just that's who I am. And a lot of women, people cannot they can't tolerate that part. So you know, and that actually brings right back to that first question you asked me, why am I single? I'm finding that is it. You know, a lot of women are not really understanding that sometimes you're just not reachable. But I'm the guy that will call first thing in the morning. I'm the guy that will call in the middle of the day. I'm the guy that will call at night. I'm the guy that will send you a text message just to see how you're doing. But if you're upset with me because I was doing this or that because of you, none of that is gonna work. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's you in a nutshell?
That's me in a nutshell.
All right. Peter, what you got?
Well, I look at it like, do I know who I am? Yeah. It took a while because I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations with relationships, and there's some things that I regret, but you know, I built on it and it made me a better man today. Do I know what I want? Absolutely. Absolutely. I know what I want. And the thing is just, you know, finding it. I kind of just lay back and just let God work, and he'll bring the whole situation to light. So who I am as a person, as a man, yeah, we've all made mistakes in our lives. We all regret a lot of things that we've done, you know, as men and women. But that I've learned from that because I've had my heart broken more than one time. So to me, it's every time that, you know, your heart breaks, it grows, it mends and grows stronger. Each time it grows stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. So you know how to utilize that strength within inside of you. And if you get into a bad situation, you know how to deal with it the way that you're supposed to deal with it. So again, who I am, I know who I am, and I know what I want in a woman. And that's it.
Okay.
Yo.
So, with everybody being in a place of growth and understanding who they are as a person, if you were a female, would you date you right now?
If I was a female, would I date me?
And how,
Yeah,
what would you do to win yourself over?
absolutely. Absolutely. If I was a female, I would date me. Absolutely. 100%.
Why, and elaborate though. Why would you date you?
Because I feel like, dang, it's just, I'm talking in third person now. I feel
Yeah,
like
that's okay.
as myself, that I have something real to offer a woman, you know, like a lot of men these days have lost the ability to be a real man to a woman, you know, because of what's going on in our world today. Everybody doing this and that. You got to have the bling, you know, all that stuff, man. So if I was a female and I met me and I heard my conversation, absolutely. You know, it's just, it's there's still some of us out there that are gentlemen. We firm and strong, but we still gentlemen, you know, and that's what society is missing now as far as us being men. So would I date me? Absolutely. With a smile on my face.
Same here. Same here. I feel the same way.
There you go, man.
I feel the same way about myself. I
Right.
would date me
Yeah.
because real recognize real. You know,
That's right. That's right.
if you real, you go recognize another real person.
That's right.
Now looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving, but that's when you got to step back and analyze the situation, you know, because a person could be talking to you and say the wrong thing and turn you off completely at an instant, you know. That's when you know they full of shit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
you know? Yeah. So yeah, I date myself. I date myself with a passion,
Right.
you know.
Okay. I see Rome is in and out. Rome, can you hear us?
Of course, I can hear you.
Most definitely.
Most definitely.
Can you hear me?
Barely, I think.
It must be a bad.
That's okay. Drive safe. We don't want you not safe. Drive safe. We don't want you not safe.
Yes.
So while he's getting into a better area, Aisha, would you date yourself?
Would I date myself?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Look at me. Absolutely. I would, because I feel like for me, yes, I'm an attractive woman, but I have a big heart. You know, I have understanding, ability to see both sides of the situation. I'm open to communicate. I'm a big firm believer on, it's not a one-sided thing. I want to hear from both perspectives, what it is. I know financial literacy. I have my own, I'm an intelligent woman. I'm grounded spiritually, and I have a lot of love to give. Absolutely, I would date myself and give myself flowers too.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Real talk.
There you go.
Real
Foster,
talk.
can you talk now?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Can you hear
Well,
me?
we're gonna try to make out what you're saying.
You can. You cannot.
We can hear you, but you sound muted. But that's okay.
Okay. Well, most
That's the right
definitely,
muffle.
most definitely, I would.
Okay.
I'm a great guy. I think so. So I've been told. I'm caring. I'm understanding. That's for sure. And I'm ready. I'm actually ready for a relationship. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to find the right woman.
Okay. Woman came out good.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. See, you hear what you're supposed to hear.
Yeah, I heard that part. Laura said, pretty can be the worst woman. Sometimes the ugly ones are the best. Why always ugly women pretty?
I think beauty is subjective. Is subjectable, because what I might find beautiful, you may find as ugly. So that means nothing, really. When you really
Right.
look at it, everybody's taste is different. So to say ugly women might be one up on this, or the pretty might be one up, I feel like that's preference, to
Right.
me
Right.
anyway. Yeah,
Right.
I feel like it's preference, because I might be ugly to 1,000 men and beautiful to one, and that's okay.
That's all that matters if it's that right
That's all
one,
that
right?
matters.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, what
She
do y'all
said,
feel?
beauty is within, not out.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah, I
I
agree
I
with that.
agree.
I definitely agree
I
with that.
agree. I agree. You know, I agree.
So with the things that's going on now, in society, in the world of, I want to call it buffet. You know, a lot of times men are now like, I just say I'm out there, I'm on Match, right? Because I'm a single person and I travel. But people don't realize when you travel from state to state, it's hard to really get in a relationship with someone because one, they're intimidated, thinking, well, first of all, she's successful in her business. She has businesses, she's doing this and she's doing that. She's degreed, she's this and that and that. That all is already an obstacle. So in my world, just dating is even worse than even trying to find somebody to actually spend your time with, because you got people who are on social sites that's really in a relationship or really married or really seeing someone, but they're just out there to try to get the side order, the side piece, or whatever they can get.
Yeah. That.
You know what I mean?
I
And so
would.
it makes
I,
it really, really hard for a woman to date, and vice versa. How do we balance it out? How do we balance it out? Because going back, someone said catfish earlier. How do this might not be a real person because they married, they living with someone, or the relationship. The one, I just put it that way. The woman think they're in a relationship, even though he said he not, but he's living with her. You know, Women have to go through that all the time. So I'm sure you guys dating women, y'all hear some stories, horror stories like that. So how do you convince the woman that that's not you? Because you're seeing it's a buffet. It's a buffet for you men. You get
I,
on these sites and you get to pick whatever woman you want. You know what I mean? And it makes it hard because what do they say? The ratio is so different. It's 1,000 women and 100 men. How do you balance that out?
it's just hard.
process of elimination.
Yeah, there you go.
Process of elimination. You know.
Elaborate.
Let me see. It depends on the situation you in. You know, it depends on if you like you said, a buffet. So actually, it depends on if you on a dating site. It depends on if you not on a dating site and you just out in the streets, or you go to the mall, or you go to restaurants, and by yourself, and you got that in your mind that you looking for a woman, but if she comes, she comes. If she don't, she don't. But you never shortchange yourself. You know. It's really hard. It's really hard. That's a tough answer. That's a tough answer.
Yeah, I
That's a
gotta
tough
agree with you.
answer.
That is really a tough one because
That's a tough answer.
you just don't know. It could be you can date five women with 5 different personalities or 10 different personalities that it's just not appeasing to you. That you're just not feeling that situation. So I don't know, as far as today with with the match.coms and what's the other one with the black folks and all that stuff like that. You just never know what you're getting, because I had one of my best buddies. He went on the site. He was met this woman and thought that she was the one for him, and she ended up robbing the brother.
Oh,
She ended up she ended up she ended
oh,
up she ended up getting with him, and it was
oh.
like a match made in heaven. It was like a match made in heaven, and he thought that this woman was the right one for him. And I think they might have been going for like about 6 months. And
Hey, let me stop you right there for a minute. Let me stop
yeah,
you right there. Did he fall asleep in her presence?
I don't. When they first got together, um, I don't want to get in nobody business. I just figured, like, man,
Yeah, yeah.
moving
The
too
reason
fast.
why I asked
Yeah,
that, because I done heard of a story like that
yeah.
when a person was with another person, and when they went to sleep, they woke up to nothing. They
Yeah.
wallet gone,
He was
stuff
actually
like that.
he was actually at work. They were supposed
Oh, okay,
they had
okay,
a
okay,
vacation plan. They was getting ready
okay.
to go on vacation. I mean, she played it to a T, and he went to work.
Right.
She took it, went into his bank account, took all his money out of his account because he done gave her all the
Ooh,
information. Ran up
ooh.
took a credit card, one of his credit cards, and ran the credit card up in one day. Had the nerve to take the credit card and slide it back under the door and left. And he never saw her again. Never saw her again. So as far as
Wow.
like dating these days, it's tough because you just don't know. And that's not only in a man's perspective, that's a woman too, because a woman can think she got something good and end up, having somebody that ain't right for her. So it's right. What KB said earlier, it is kind of like a process of elimination. You have to have that third eye open just to see, but sometimes you just never know, because our hearts, when we meet that certain someone, our hearts just get immaculate, just grow for that person, and without us seeing the real her or him. So yeah, those
I
things.
would I would never play myself with a long distance relationship. Like you say, you travel and stuff like that. Um, I'll be your friend. I'll be your friend to the fullest. But far as me trying to love you from a distance, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. I like my woman close. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ron,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
think?
Um, bring me back up to speed. I was
So he mentioned, KB mentioned a good point about long distance relationships. and he was just basically saying like, we'll be friends, but eventually, right, you have to be in close proximity with somebody if you want to get to the
Oh,
level of really loving them.
most definitely, most definitely. And but again, in this day and age, you know, with COVID, and again this portal that we're on right now, you can see a young lady every single night. You can make yourself available, but eventually, like I said, like he was saying, you do have to be in each other's presence. It's only so much Skyping or what that I just gave my age there, Skyping, but
Well,
but
Snapchat's still popular.
yeah, it is. But I, I, you have to make the time. You eventually have to make the time to be in each other's presence, because you can put together a beautiful picture from a long distance. You can always sound like everything is hunky dory from a long distance, but
Right.
being in that person's presence
Right.
within an hour, you'll be able to see that all that's going to fall apart.
And you're
Truly.
right, because it's so different, you know, when you're Skyping with a woman long distance, because you know eventually you'll want that woman's touch. You know, you'll want that woman to be laying next to you in that bed. You'll want that woman to experience what you experience in life. And after a while, you get to the point like, okay, either you gonna come to me or I'm coming to you. One or the other.
Yeah,
If it's gonna work
I
out,
need to
either
use
you
my
come to me or I'm
understanding.
coming to you. You know, because it's the love for us as men. You know, yeah, we hardcore, we hardcore, we definitely that. But when it comes to the love of a woman, and you know you Skyping this woman back and forth, your imagination is gonna start to sizzle. You know, you're like, man, I wonder what it'll feel like if I was this. I wonder what it'll feel like. Well, I'm finna go visit her next month. I'm gonna spend a couple weeks with her, and I'm gonna come back home. That the heart, you know, they say, well, how they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And
Yes.
that's how you would feel. You know, I know as me as a man, I would feel that way. Like I'm laying in the bed and I'm alone, and my woman is 1,000 miles, 1,500 miles away from me, and that's it's that feeling as a man. You know, we want that right here with us. We want that bond with us. You know.
Right, right. But let me tell you this, guys. As our time grows, we're almost over our time, actually. But you can know a person forever and still not know that person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we
True.
can't judge
Absolutely.
the book. You know, you can't say,
Yeah.
you know, I was with him 1,000
Absolutely.
years and then he switched and he turned. So you can't be scared. You can't be afraid to venture out into a new relationship or even a friendship. I mean, it's safe to get to know that person till you're comfortable, but never get comfortable. Like like Peter just said, you know, this person for 6 months. So you'll never really know a person, and that person might not even really know themselves.
Right.
Sometimes and I know we've all done this. We've done something that we never thought we would have done before. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I was thinking. I can't believe I bought this. You know, everyone does something that they don't expect that they would do. You can never know a person because you'll never know yourself 100%,
Right.
because we evolve, things change. So my suggestion as a single lady over 50, keep living, keep giving what God has for you. Be
Absolutely.
safe. You know, do what you can, but be happy. You know, be happy. If you
Right.
got good feelings about this person, you know, pursue it. If it don't work out, guess what? No expectations, no disappointments.
That's true.
Take it as
That's
it goes.
true. That's
You
true.
know,
You
in our
already know.
society, make sure you got your hand sanitizer and your
And a
spray
clean mask.
and a clean mask. And a clean mask. Now I wear a clear
Yeah.
one, but because I do wear makeup, I wear a clear one, and I do work with people, so you know people have to see my face. But you know, like Foster said, people do have makeup, so kind of give girls a break on that, guys. Kind of give us a
Yeah.
little break because you know, you can't order my mask on Amazon too if you want to have dinner with them and see their face. You know, I'm just saying.
Big ups to you not packing all that makeup on. It look good on you.
That's a whole
Definitely.
Cause
nother show.
one thing I don't like is a woman who look like the reincarnation of Michael Jackson. You know, with all that makeup on. You know, I should have spoke on that when you said something about a deal breaker. I should have spoke on that, but
That's
it slipped my mind.
That's
We
right.
can discuss that in the next show.
That's
but,
right.
but both,
Definitely.
yeah, but both of y'all look nice. You know,
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very much. And I want to give shout outs to two of our co-hosts in Dallas, Texas. We have Jay Beasy just said hello to us, and Laura's been on the show the whole time via communications here. So both of you guys, we miss you. Y'all should have been on the show. We love y'all. Until next week, guys, if y'all want to join us again, next week we're going to try to have the women on, and then we're going to have our attorney at law on. He's our sponsor. If you see his name at the bottom, G Law Firm, our first sponsor for our radio show. You can go back and check the show out on YouTube. Please, we're trying to build our subscriptions, so please help people go to YouTube to see the video and like and subscribe. And what wrong? And you're fired. You're fired. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Okay, guys.
Like,
Thank you so much
subscribe,
for
and
being on the
share.
show. If you want to
All
talk
right.
after it, don't hang up. But we're going to end the show now. Everybody, wave goodbye. Love you guys. Thank
All
you.
right.
Pleasure.
Hey, look, just hit me up. I'm always open.